I think when everybody heard about Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, they immediately thought that it would just be another Mario Kart clone. So what better way to answer that thought than to ask Mario himself? So Mario, has Sonic ripped off your idea?
That the blue spiky rodent has always ripped me off. First I came in ripping off my 3D ideas. Then I came in ripping off my RPG games. Now he's ripping off my kart racer. He's even crashed my Olympic games, which wasn't fair as he obviously would beat me in the 100 meters.
So Mario's not too happy about it, but just because you are ripping off an idea, it doesn't mean to say that the game's gonna suck. Cue the review. Before I start this review, I'd like to thank Avatar Freak 6 for putting together my new flashy titles. Be sure to visit his channel, he's up for creating titles for your videos too. I'll leave a link to his channel on my sidebar. Okay, back to the review. Needless to say, if you've played Mario Kart, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing will feel ultimately familiar. You've got drifting and weapons here. The drifting feels a lot like Mario Kart Wii, where the longer you drift, the bigger your boost. I feel this worked with the Wii wheel, but when I used the D-pad, I honestly felt like rocking it back and forth like you do in Mario Kart DS. The weapons in this game are pretty standard for a kart racer, and they do work well, but they feel bland and unoriginal. Instead of banana peels, you've got traffic cones. Instead of shells, you've got missiles. On top of familiar racing mechanics, there are also familiar racing modes. You've got the Grand Prix, the Battle mode, and the local and online multiplayer. The Grand Prix mode is what you would expect. The 24 race tracks are varied and a lot of fun to drive through, and I believe in this area, Sonic and Sega Racing triumphs over Mario Kart DS.
You sir, got to be kidding me.
Well, come on Mario. In Mario Kart DS, you just recycled half your tracks from previous games.
But we had 32 tracks.
Yeah, but only half of them were new. But your battle mode is better. You can't play battle mode online, but you can race online. If you've got a good internet connection, obviously your experience online will be better, but I did notice lag. There's also local multiplayer, but everyone needs their own copy of the game. That said, playing with friends is a blast. Mario's not going to be pleased, as Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing looks fantastic, and I believe it looks better than Mario Kart DS.
You sir, bet your ass, I'm not pleased.
Well, maybe you should make Mario Kart DS 2 then. Mario Kart DS is over 4 years old now, and if it was given a bigger DS cartridge size, it could look incredible. At the time of this review, there's a Japanese RPG being developed which will use a 512MB cartridge, the biggest used for a DS game yet. Anyway, Sonic and Sega Racing has a very smooth frame rate, so smooth that it's actually got a better frame rate than the home console releases. The tracks are wonderfully vibrant and the karts are nicely detailed with lots of variety in design. Sonic and Sega Racing also has a larger roster of characters than Mario Kart DS, but unless you're a hardcore Sega fan, it's likely you won't recognise a few. I mean, how many people have heard of Zobia or Opa Opa?
Yes!
So at the end of the day, I have to say which racer is better, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing or Mario Kart DS. Well, Sonic and Sega has better graphics, a larger roster of characters and better track design. Mario Kart DS has better drifting mechanics, more fun to use items and a more enjoyable battle mode. I think Mario Kart DS comes out slightly on top, as Sonic and Sega doesn't feel as original and therefore doesn't have that wow factor. But it is still a very enjoyable racer, and it's a clear indication that Mario needs to get his thumb out of his ass.
That's enough of the language.
Mario needs an updated kart racer, as Mario Kart DS is bordering on ancient now. So until we wait for that game, I believe Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing deserves an 8.5 out of 10. It's a very enjoyable experience that, whilst unoriginal, it is undoubtedly fun to play and would definitely be a game I would add to my top 10 racing games for the DS. Thank you for watching, another DS review will be out soon.